What's going on, you guys? Coaster here. This is just an Olympic break update. We're unofficially very close to the 3/4 mark of the NHL season. I know it's been a while since I've talked to Sharks, and some people have been wondering where am I, what's been going on. I just can't do a 82 game uh, vlog continuously. I know some people do that, and I can't do that. Just even I'm not able to watch every game, but. Yeah, the Sharks playing pretty well. I am not complaining at all through all the stuff that's happened this year. They started off hot, kind of used to that, and it's a little up and down. Every team kind of goes through that, especially in a longer season. I mean, in the shorter year, that slump was looking painful, but this time there's some losing here and there, and really, this team's been playing fine, even with the injuries they've had. Have that we're kind of used to. These injuries are annoying. Sad that Tomas Hertl will not be with us for the rest of this year, but it is what it is. The guy showed at least some promise. See what goes on there. Logan Couture, obviously this team is playing without him since 2014 has started. Not, or part of it at least. They've been playing pretty well though. I've seen the other forwards step it up. Of course, Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton were signed at least till they're almost retired. They'll be right at the ends of their career by the time the extensions end. Uh, the only thing I've been questioning a little bit is Antti Niemi. The guy has not been playing up to the standards of last year. Maybe he's a victim of his own success. Last 2 years he's been fine, but this time he's a little too up and down for me. Alex Stalock, the guy's been promising. It's kind of crazy to think this team has a goaltender controversy, and sometimes they say that's a good thing because there's balance. I really like it that Stalock is getting a little bit more playing time in recent games. I noticed and whenever he's in there, he seems to be playing pretty well. I mean, I was at one of his shutout games earlier this year. Uh, Forward-wise, of course, I'm liking what Joe Pavelski's doing. No surprises. He's had some pretty good years the last few, and it's nice to know that he took the hometown discount last off season when they extended him. But of course, that goes same for Couture. This team does not front load contracts, build any stupid 10-year contracts, none of that. This is all fair pay. I like what I'm seeing. And Brent Burns, of course, providing spark on offense as well. I like what I'm seeing at that as well. Defensively, you can definitely tell Larry Robinson has this team set right. Defensively, I've seen us look pretty good. There's a few lapses where guys like Jason Demers or Matt Irwin might screw up, but it happens. I think this defense, there's a lot of young guys on this team, a lot more than previous years. Guys like Nieto, guys like Irwin, guys, and maybe in the future Moeller. Maybe that guy might work his way up next year for all we know. That there's enough homegrown talent on this team that can work up. Of course, the guy on the bottom that's really underrated right now is Tommy Winkles. I've liked what I've seen. He does all that dirty work, if you want to call it that. He doesn't hit the scoreboard much, but if he does, it seems to be at a crunch time moment, or if he does get the big stops here and there. Lastly, though, hey, Brad Stewart. He's been worth every penny in that since we signed him the year before. I've liked what I've seen from Brad Stewart. Definitely, I thought he was a little so-so of a signing, but he's been worth it. The guy been playing well. And of course, Vlasic made the Canadian roster. Happy for him, young guy. Of course, I'm not going to be rooting for him in the Olympics, but him, Marleau. I'm actually surprised Marleau made the team. They're still having great years, no doubt about it. I just thought of Canada there were some wings or even forwards that were better than Marleau. I thought that would have made the team, but it is what it is. Niemi's in Finland, Vlasic, Marleau in Canada, of course Joe Pavelski on Team USA. So big good luck to those guys as the hockey will begin for the Olympics very, very soon, or it's already started by the time you're watching this video. So I like what I'm seeing. Sure, the Ducks are way ahead of us right now in terms of regular season winning, and you kind of accept that. This is what happens when Bruce Boudreau is your head coach. We've learned that Bruce Boudreau teams will win a lot in the regular season, so I'm not too worried overall about them. It's just going to happen, and looks like we're going to be playing the LA Kings in the playoffs. I mean, that's the way this new format is working. So, yeah, am I nervous? Of course. The Kings, I think, are the matchup that will give us a thorn, the way they've stopped us defensively. So we'll see what happens. I want to see the power play get a little bit better. It's gone under a bad funk, and offensively they've gone under a bad funk. Some of it was great goaltending, the other times it was just a little bit bad luck. I think the last 8 games offensively they were inept, but the Blue Jackets win to enter the break was a very good thing, and I'm happy they've scored 3 goals in regulation because it hasn't happened much in recent weeks. So the Sharks are looking promising. I like that this team should be right in the hunt like any other team. And we all know what happens when you're in playoffs. It's kind of a crapshoot. There's quality teams everywhere, from the Blues, the Blackhawks are a quality team, the Ducks are a quality team for now. And we know even the Kings, even though they're losing a little right now, they're still a team that you can't just write off. We know what they're capable of doing. So, yeah, the playoff outlook right now, it's a little surprising to see a team like the Canucks falling. A couple teams versus the Avalanche are the big surprise right now. But they don't really impress me. The only teams that do are the ones I said earlier. Some of those bottom teams, the only team that maybe I wouldn't write off is Phoenix. I think they're a team that's capable of winning and getting hot later. But we'll see. Let me know what you all think about how the Western Conference has been. I mean, the Eastern Conference has all this balance, all these people fighting for spots, but the West, there's only a handful of teams where we can tell there's just a handful of teams fighting for those last spots. I think it's Dallas is in the hunts. I know the Canucks are falling a little bit, but they're still in the hunts. Coyotes, the Wild. Those are the main teams, I think, in the bottom. We'll see what happens there. The Wild, on paper, got all this talent, but I'm still not impressed with them overall. But Eastern Conference, still a lot. It's really weird how balanced it is. It is what it is. I like what I'm seeing still. This Sharks team they're playing well. They have their ups and downs, but it's nice to know they ended into the break on a high note, which is good to know. So we'll see what goes on moving forward. Of course, I will make a video if there's any trade deadline rumors. I mean, the only thing we made trade-wise is Mike Brown, who's obviously a bottom guy, a guy to just provide some hits. They're not doing a whole lot, but that's okay. They didn't give up a whole lot for him, so not a big deal. Of course, at the deadline, I think it's March 5th. That's where Doug Wilson always likes to pick up a guy for a draft pick or a rental. I don't know, I can't speculate a whole lot, but if there's a trade that comes, I'll make a video, and then I'll be making videos when the season is over. So, let's go Sharks. Keep up what they're doing. I don't need the division title, that's fine. Just hope they keep playing well and they enter the break on a super hot note. That's all I'm asking. I'll see you guys later.